My dad was in prison for murder and my stepdad was an addict.
What?
And we've just had this crazy journey. And then there was a point in my own marriage where I was trying to be the best man and give it all I had. And it was still unraveling and falling apart. And I had this long journey of redemption of my own life and then in our marriage. And so people were like, write a book, write a story. So I thought I'll start an Instagram page, put some of my thoughts out there that I might put into this book. And in 2 years, if I get 10,000 followers, that would be amazing. Some of them might buy my book. And it's just over 2 years later, and there's like 300,000 followers. And it's become this message that people needed that I was not expecting. And so here I am.
I think that makes it even more beautiful story. I did not know about your father or your stepfather. I mean, that is even more, I think, telling of you, because then you had to probably learn it on your own and how to figure out, like, how do you do this fatherhood thing when you didn't have a role model? What was that like for you when you kind of even began that journey with like, ooh, how do I do this?
Hard and a lot of anger, a lot of tension, and mostly it felt like groping my way through the dark. We always tell this story. I hit this breaking point probably 4 or 5 years into our marriage when we had 2 children. My oldest was 3 and my youngest was a newborn. I thought, I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a bad guy. Like, I'm doing the best I can. I love my wife. She's a good woman. She loves me. Why does it feel like we're one crisis away from this whole thing unraveling? And I came home one night and my wife is doing the dishes and she's crying. She's upset. And I don't understand why. Like, nothing happened. I ask her why she's crying. And she told me she didn't want to tell me. She's like, I just don't want to talk to you about it. And I said, why not? And she said, because if I tell you what I'm dealing with, like, you're just going to make it about you, or you'll just have a pity party, or you'll tell me that I'm demanding too much. She's like, I need to feel what I'm feeling. And I can't deal with you making it about you right now. And I promised that I would listen and not do that. And she said, I just feel like the whole weight of the household falls onto me. And I'm not saying you're a bad husband or father. I know you're working. I know you're doing what you have to do. I'm not saying you're lazy or anything like that. But the reality is you're gone 50, 60 hours a week. I'm home alone with the 2 boys and I can't share my struggles with you because you get defensive, you get upset. And I need to be able to have a release. And that was a punch to my gut. And I was like, I have got to completely rethink the life that I'm building right now. And so that started a really long journey.